On this episode of Unbillable, we talk about your unique selling factor. Okay, bye-bye. That on Friday, it's Monday right now. On Friday, I told a client that I would have an email sent before I went to lunch that day. I did. I pushed send, but I should say, on Saturday, I learned that none of my emails after about 10:40 a.m. on Friday were going out because we had a problem with our server. So after me fiddling around with things, trying to fix it, I think I sent the email to him 7 times. So I just picked up the phone and called and made sure, hey, did you get the email? Explained, honesty is the best policy. I explained we had a problem with our server and that it's fixed now, and I want to just confirm he got the email. He got a little chuckle in and said he definitely got the email. So, but that's what you got to do. You got to face up. When things go wrong, face up to them, address them, make them better, make them right, and now smooth sailing from here. Christmas cards have been out now for a little bit, and we're starting to get some positive feedback from clients on the Christmas card. I've made a prior episode about let's just go over it again real quick. I look at Christmas cards as an opportunity for like a personal touch and an opportunity for you to show your creative side a little bit. I mean, that's what Unbillable is really all about for me. Someone asked me why I make this, and I really said just off the cuff, it scratches my creative itch, and I guess in a weird way that's true. This is definitely very different than all the other things I do as an attorney. But back to the card, I've written my own Christmas card every year but one since we opened the office. So this is our 11th Christmas card to go out the door. It's our 10th one. And when I say I write them, I don't mean I write my name. I mean I write the inside. I'll pull the file that has some of the old cards so you can show them, and then we'll show this year's card as well. But the old cards, I mean, a lot of times I do like little legal jokes. Like if we wish you warm wishes, then we put a little disclaimer at the bottom that says, but we're not responsible if they're too hot or too cold or if they burn you or anything like that. Little lawyer jokes. Or we've made we've sent a letter out that said we represent Santa and that we need an easement. We intend to land on your roof, and so that you hereby give us, authority and authorization to land our sleigh on your roof and things like that. You're not going to prosecute for breaking and entering when we come in your chimney, that kind of thing. And then this year's card was different. This year I asked my lovely legal assistant, Erica, what her favorite Christmas song was, and she told me, and then we edited the lyrics to make it about a legal situation, and that's the current Christmas card. Let's grab it right now. Let's show it off. This is top secret. You basically need to be a friend, family, client in order to see this card, or any of these cards, really. What's the return on investment of Christmas cards or holiday cards or whatever you want to call it? I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't track it. I don't do it for that reason. If everything in life is what's the return on investment, it's going to become really boring really quickly. It's not going to be what you want it to be. I didn't open a law practice in order to be focused on return on investments at every single intersection, every single junction. And holiday cards is a spot where I'm probably spending money on stamps. I'm probably spending money on the card itself, time writing it myself, and time signing them, not only myself but my staff. All that time that we spend has a value as well, but to me, well worth it. I mean, there's got to be some personal connection between your business and your clientele if you want them to keep coming back. And I definitely want mine to keep coming back. And so I think, to me, the Christmas card, just a small piece. And I don't want to say I know it works, but I know it works because every year I have people who reach out to me and tell me, hey, great Christmas card, I saw your card, we definitely have work to do next year, things like that. So I'm a believer in the whole holiday card, holiday greeting. Do more than just have someone else laser print it, please. Please don't call yourself an unbilly if you're doing it that way. Just straight up. The unbillies, we take the time to do it the right way. At least that's what we're both preaching here. Come on. When other YouTubers change the background of the room that they vlog in, or when they put new LED lights in, they talk about upgrades and changes to their set. But here on Unbillable, I mean, the law office is part of the set. The general population, the general world is definitely part of the set. But more than anything, what's part of the set is my car. And on Friday last week, we got a new set, baby. The next stop is food. Sure. Laminate. The next stop is laminating
The window sticker?
the window sticker. So while we're waiting for the lamination of the sticker, you got me really thinking about what we're really talking about when we talk about the Christmas cards is building a personal relationship. And it's interesting because 2 years ago I bought my last 911 from the same dealer, a guy named Sherman. He's actually my friend. I mean, the interesting thing is we built that relationship we're talking about. Like, I got to know the guy, he got to know me. I was actually the first brand new 911 he ever sold, and that was great because I wasn't like a first-time buyer. I wasn't a first-time shopper. I know quite a bit about the car, so I didn't need someone to explain everything to me. And so we were able to just talk about things that normal people would talk about, like his background, my background, where he lives, what he likes to do for fun, where I live, what I like to do for fun, what made me decide to buy the car, things like that. That was 2 years ago. And instead of just drifting away and into nothing, in a weird way, we became friends. Actually, he's an Unbilly. Maybe he's watching this right now. We became friends. We stayed in touch. And I mean, not just for purposes of like, how's the car? Is everything fine? Things like that. But we actually stayed in touch with regard to what was going on in each other's lives, like how his kids are doing and how my kids are doing and how my business is growing and how he's doing at the dealership still. So 2 years later, when it comes time for me to buy, a new car, when I want the new model, where do you think I went? I mean, did anybody else even really have a chance? I mean, not only do these guys take care of me, but I take care of them. I mean, we can touch on a couple different things we've talked about here. Not only the building the personal relationship through the cards, but like, what about for working for free? On other episodes, we've talked about working for free. There are questions and things that have come up over the 2 years that we've been friends, and he's asked me, and I've been more than happy to just answer them off the cuff. So when the opportunity came for a good deal, instead of just letting anybody get it, they called me up, and of course I had an opportunity to jump on it, and that's what I did. So it's more than just sending cards to build some kind of fake contact, to just remind someone you're there. It's got to be more than that. You got to be actually trying to get to know the people. There's no reason you shouldn't try to build that relationship, to be yourself, let them get to know who you are, and then you get to know who they are. And then when 2 years passes, like clockwork, you're like, oh yeah, it's time for a new car. Who am I going to call? I'm calling Sherman. Of course I am. And so, that commission, maybe it's going to help buy his, maybe all of, or maybe one of, or maybe his wife, who knows, the kids, some Christmas presents. And I'm all for that because I'm rooting for Sherman, I'm rooting for his kids, and I'm more than happy to play a small part in his success the way he plays a small part in mine. All right, so what this really boils down to is, unless you're the only person where you live making whatever it is you make, or unless you do it so well that no one can really get it somewhere else, the bottom line becomes there's other people that do what you do. Like, I'm an attorney. There's other people with law degrees out there. I get that. I'm gonna have to differentiate myself, make myself a little bit different, make myself unique. I mean, some people say maybe that's what we're doing with Unbillable, but from my perspective, it's really about building that personal connection. So when someone like Sherman gets to know me, and I get to know him, that builds that bond. It makes it so I expect the guy to hit the subscribe button over there, like I'm sure he's done. And if you want to watch another episode of Unbillable, like I'm sure he will, you click right down there.